So you think you want to be a successful owner-operator? Well, I suggest that you stick around to the end if you're serious. Now this video is not going to be full of camera tricks, it's not going to be full of music, it's not going to be full of any of the B-roll, miscellaneous, anything. This is just going to be my thoughts as a successful owner-operator, and hopefully you can pick up some golden nuggets. And that's actually going to take me straight into point number one, and that's having the right frame of mind. You have to really commit to doing something. No matter what it is in life, you need to have a plan. If you want to truly be successful, I'm sure you've probably heard the saying that if you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. And that cannot be more true than in the trucking industry. Without a plan, or if your plan is just to make as much money as you possibly can, well, that's great, that's ambitious and all, but that's not really a plan. You need to understand where it is you want to be, and it's okay if along the way this changes for you. A lot of times plans change. And it's just, it can be the trucking industry itself, it can be self-driving trucks that come along, which don't worry, we're a long ways away from that. There's a lot of different factors that can alter your course of action, but ultimately it's about achieving the end goal. You can have the end goal of owning one truck, one trailer, running your own numbers, and do that for the rest of your life. That's definitely attainable, but that's not the route that everybody wants to go. And if your route is to own a small fleet or even a large fleet, well, your route's going to look a little bit different. You need to understand what it is that you want from the trucking industry. You need to know thyself. I'm sure you've all seen The Matrix and that big reveal and how Neo didn't know himself. Well, you need to know yourself. And you need to be realistic with yourself. What is it that you truly want to obtain? What is it that would make you happy? Because if you're not happy, especially if you're not happy in the process, or if you're just here for the money, then you're gonna fail because you really don't have any skin in the game. You just have this goal of a pile of green cash at the end of the rainbow, and spoiler alert, there's no cash at the end of the rainbow. You have to make the cash at the end of the rainbow, and you can't do that without a plan. So you need to come in this with the right frame of mind. You're not a truck driver, you are a business owner. Truck driving is actually a very small portion of what we do out here. When you're on the business side of things, when you own your own truck, and it becomes more apparent when you get your own authority. I have people that I can call, I'm sure you know who I'm talking about, but I have people that I can call that are in that situation, and I pick their brains all the time because that might be a goal of mine that I want to achieve. So I try to learn everything that I possibly can about that, and that takes us into point number two, research. You need to research. You need to do all the research that you possibly can. You need to research in books. You need to research online. You need to talk to people that are out here that are doing it. You need to have people that you can talk to that, like myself. I went through my last full year of being an owner-operator last year, so I'm fresh to this game. I have some knowledge. I definitely don't have it all. And then you also need to talk to people that have been doing this for 20 years, 25 years. See how the industry has changed. See how, what is cyclical about this industry, because history always repeats itself. Always. So if you're knowledgeable, then at least you have an idea of what's coming ahead, and you can be prepared for it, so that way you're not hammered when we do go into a recession. Or for instance, like the last 3 months, or even really the last 5 months. The last 5 months have been awful, and people are changing, they're changing what they do. They're going to different companies. A lot of people are panicking. I hope I don't step on any toes by saying this, because I certainly don't mean it that way. But if you're a little bit more prepared, then you really wouldn't be panicking. So doing your research and setting yourself up into a position to come out here and be successful no matter what, that's going to give you the greatest opportunity to be a success out here. Sometimes there's 1% that no matter what they do, unfortunately it just wasn't in the cards for them. So they are the exception to the rule, okay? But if you come out here prepared, researched, you know what to do, you are going to be successful. Period. End of story. There doesn't need to be a plan B, because all it does is distract from plan A. And if you surround yourself with the right mentors, then they can pass on that knowledge to you. One of the people I consider to be extremely business savvy would be Tai Lopez. He's an entrepreneur. He's up and coming. He's very similar to like Gary Vaynerchuk or Grant Cardone. And he talks about how, or at least you can definitely see that he is certainly one of the smarter individuals that you're going to run across. But at the same time, even he talks about how his team of people are far more intelligent, or let's say more well educated in the areas of business that he is choosing to attack. So for one of his businesses, he surrounds himself with people that know that business inside and out and have the right answers. You need to do the same thing. For instance, you need to have some mechanics that you can call during regular hours, of course, and ask them about little noises or feelings that you get with the truck, or little things that go wrong with the truck, so that way you don't have to have that knowledge. Yes, you need to learn that knowledge along the way, but if you have people that you can call and talk to, then you don't necessarily have to know how to change an injector, or you don't have to diagnose your engine. And that is way more valuable than most people give credit for. So if you have the right mentors in your corner, then they're going to give you such a large advantage, and they are going to accelerate that learning curve so much that you're almost guaranteed success. And that takes me right into my last point, which would be networking. Networking to obtain these people that you can call to assimilate a team in your corner is more valuable than you could possibly even imagine. Having the right people to be able to call when things go wrong, or when you just need advice, or even if you just need to vent, is so underestimated and just not talked about enough that it kind of blows my mind. There's two people in this world. There's a person that life happens to them. The second person in this world is a person that their life happens for them. If you can learn to understand the difference between the two people, it doesn't matter what you do in life, you're going to be successful. End of story. One of my favorite people on the planet is a mentor of mine, and a mentor does not have to be someone that you either know personally or that you can go to. Now that is probably a better type of mentor, but there are many different mentors in life. I have a lot of dead mentors that I have their books and I've read their books, and they are mentors to me. But one of my mentors today is hands down Will Smith. Will Smith is unbelievable. And that is actually where I got the plan B distracts from plan A saying from, was actually from Will Smith. And his mentality is just, he's a shark. There's nothing that that man is going to start that he's not going to finish. It's just that simple. You just have to make a decision. And if you make that decision, and if you decide what it is that you're gonna do, how it's gonna be, you just decide, then it's going to happen for you. I think we're gonna make a few more of these. You can check out a good friend of mine, Sammy B, over at Make Sense. I will link his video talking about a similar subject down in the comments down below. Be sure and check that out. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing and ring that notification bell so you know when the next video is coming out. But remember, stay driven.